with a dead girl. A forest. The moon. Scent of pines. And then the gunshot. Every story has two sides. A regular, rational one, but also a darker and deeper truth. Not unlike a nightmare. I can see both. Worse, I can live them. Hello? Anyone there? What is this place?
Hello everyone and welcome to The Medium, one of the more innovative horror games I've seen in a long time. And the reason I say that is because the core gameplay is, to my knowledge, unheard of in the world of horror games. Now I'm sure that this has been done in some sort of game before, but nothing really comes to mind. But anyway, let me explain. You play the game in two realities, the spirit world and the normal world, I guess you could call it. Pretty much the whole point of the game is to solve puzzles and fend off spirits within both of these worlds. They haven't shown any combat gameplay yet, but I'll get to that later. So for example, the main character, I couldn't seem to find her name, but I'm sure it's out there. Anyway, she had to move a shelf that was blocking her way forward by pressing a button to make it move. But there was no electricity, so she went into the spirit world and used one of her abilities to give the normal world electricity so that she could proceed. That's the short version. There's more to it than that, but you get the idea. What's cool is that you can play in each reality or both at the exact same time. The only thing I'm slightly worried about is whether or not you have to be in split screen at all times. Like, personally, I don't really want to be split screen 100% of my playtime, but maybe that's just me. It seems like your job is to find out what happened to the now abandoned Niwa Resort, which is where the game takes place. They mentioned something in the trailer about a girl being shot or something, but I'm not sure how that correlates to the resort, but I do have an idea. I'll get to that later. But that's about all I could dig up on the story and setting of the game. Now, like I said, there is combat in the game, which we haven't seen yet, but there is some details. They mentioned that quote-unquote evil urges and vile secrets manifest themselves into a physical form, so I imagine if someone wants to like kill someone, then that could possibly manifest into one of the enemies in this game. Now, they said you also fight spirits. I'm not sure if the evil manifestations and the spirits are the same thing or not, but I'm assuming they're different. You have a few abilities to fight them with, one of which can be a shield to defend yourself, and the other one they mentioned is just like an energy blast of some sort. One thing I'm curious about is which reality you fight the spirits in. Like, yeah, they're spirits, so you would think, oh, obviously you fight them in the spirit world. But I would assume it's both. I doubt the normal world would just entirely lack combat. But here's something really interesting about the game. There's this entity called the Maw. They describe it as a quote-unquote monster born from an unspeakable tragedy. I'm thinking the girl getting shot and killed in the trailer is how this monster was born. I think that's the unspeakable tragedy. And like, no, I wouldn't consider a girl getting shot and killed to be unspeakable. Like, that's pretty fucked up, sure, but unspeakable seems like an exaggeration. I think something more happened in that situation that they're not telling us, but that's just my guess. I'm thinking the Maw is like the main antagonist of the game, just because of how much emphasis they put on it, as if he's completely separate from the other enemies in the game. Like they went out of their way to tell you about the Maw. So I think it'll be something that you encounter throughout most of the game, kind of like Chris Walker from Outlast. If you don't know who Chris Walker is, in Outlast, this motherfucker shows up like 12 times throughout the game. Like it's over and over again, and you can't kill or damage him in any way. And only by the very end of the game does he get killed. But my point is that he pursues you through literally the entire game. And I think that's what the Maw is going to be like. It may not be invincible, it may just be a series of boss fights, which I would like more, to be honest. And by the end, you finally take it down. But yeah, going back to the spirit world, it's heavily inspired by this guy. I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce his name, but his paintings. His art is really desolate and ominous looking. It's actually pretty damn cool. But you can totally see the inspiration just by looking at the medium. It's like it's really obvious. This I was pretty surprised to hear, but this game has the two composers that worked on the Silent Hill series, Layers of Fear and Observer. I'm not going to try and pronounce those names either, but all great horror games, two of which I've heard had a great soundtrack, especially Silent Hill. But as for the title, The Medium, they don't outright explain what a medium is. All they've said is that this is a mystery only a quote-unquote medium could solve, but if I was to take a guess, I would assume that's just someone who can go between both realities. I'm sure there's more to it than that, but that's basically what I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, that's pretty much all I could dig up on the medium. If there's something I missed or got wrong, you can let me know in the comments. I know this video was like 60% speculation and not facts, but I hope you learned something regardless. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace.